Check coverage from the Max Stern Athletic Center. It's a chilly morning here, welcoming number 15 Philadelphia Mesivta against number 18 Fuchs Mizrahi Mayhem. And right here, when we're talking, we've got to be looking at the coaching on both sides of the ball. And I want to bring in, welcome my co-host Austin Rosen to help us discuss that issue.
Thank you, Josh Morrow. Today we're going to talk about 3 points of the game that we think are very viable, things that we should really look out for. Specifically, we're going to talk about the coaching. On the Mustang side of the ball, we have a coach who's new. And I know that seems a little weird for the Sarachek tournament. I don't mean he's new to Sarachek, which he is, but he's new to this team. He only had 2 practices with this team. He's an interim coach. His name is Jeremy Treatman. Some of you may know him from the Philadelphia community because he was able to coach senior Kobe Bryant. And I said that right. My friend here, Josh Morrow, is from LA, so this is kind of a big deal. On the other side of the ball, we have
Coach Oz, who's representing the Mizrahi Mayhem in their 3rd trip to the Sarachek championship. And Mizrahi is really one of those teams that you look at as a model of consistency, excellence on defense, and I think that Coach Oz is, a really big part of that and brings stuff to the table.
That's very true. The truth is, with this team, it's going to be the coaching is going to be a lot on. It's going to be a veteran coach versus a new coach, and not just a new coach, someone who hasn't even been with this team throughout the season. So it's going to be interesting how he can make the offense run and how he's going to be able to pick up with the new players. The second point I'd like to get to is specifically on the Mustang side. On the Mustang side, Mark Volpin. He's a senior here. And he says, when I was talking to Coach Schwartz, who is not in, we talked about before, who's not in due to the fact that he's having a baby, Visha Tuva.
Mazel tov.
He's not in, and what we're going to do is, with Mark Volpin on the offensive side, he's looking for mismatches. When they're moving the ball, they look for him because he's able to put the ball on the floor, he's able to take a good contested shot, and at the end of the day, he's their go-to guy.
And the Mustangs have only brought 8 players to the tournament today, which really makes it important that they don't just have to get contributions up and down, but also really from their stars have to take them here. And that also on the Cleveland side of the ball, we have Yedidia Blau and Aaron Waxman, really excellent players.
Yeah, Yedidia Blau, as we're going to cut after this commercial break, but Yedidia Blau is their go-to guy on offense. He's averaging over 8 rebounds in a game, and he's only a sophomore. Okay, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you back here after the break.
Can't wait to see it.
Hi, my name is Rafi Wiesen. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey. I'm a senior studying psychology and business. I came to IU after spending a year and a half in the Golani Brigade of the IDF. I'm currently serving as president of the YU IDF Veterans Club. We work to build relationships with all the different veterans who have returned and to form a support group for anyone who needs. I also work together with the university to create a very meaningful and impactful Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut ceremony on campus. I'm thankful to be part of an institution that waves the Israeli flag and proudly supports Israel.
I'm Sarah Torgeman, and
I'd like to welcome all of our watchers and listeners to this today's coverage of the number 15 seed Mesivta versus the number 18 seed Fuchs Mizrahi Mayhem in what promises to be a thrilling Tier 2 qualifier game.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see them out here. Honestly, we've never seen the Philadelphia team here at Sarachek, so it's exciting to see how they're able to take on that. It's exciting to see how they're going to be able to take on this type of atmosphere. I mean, it's a huge game. There's huge fans, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Here we've got Blau and James getting ready for the tip.
Yeah, Blau is, if you're a YU student, Blau is a grandson of Rosh Hashiva Rabbi Blau.
An excellent lineage. Let's see how it works up with the ball. And we have Mogi bringing up the ball. Noah Migoros swings the ball over. Let's see what kind of offense and defensive schemes that these guys are running. Seems to be straight man. Oh,
yeah, it's most definitely a straight man. A lot of switches on the picks. That's what they're looking for. But it looks like they're trying to move their offense as much as possible. They'd like to really break down this defense. They want to get them tired and really be able to work the ball around.
Volpin really goes up for it. A tough look, honestly.
Mark Volpin, the senior, who we talked about, he's their go-to guy. He's going to take those shots, and they respect those shots. They're into those shots. So it's going to be a lot of him taking good shots, but the offense is spread out pretty evenly throughout the game.
Oh, big steal. Linkov running down the floor, throws up a wild shot, and blocked out of bounds. Back to Mayhem. Mizrahi inbounding the ball. Oh, a quick steal from Erlum.
Fantastic hands by this Philadelphia Mustang
Bring
squad.
up the ball. Let's see what they can do in transition. Mogi, around for three. Oh, tough miss. Orbaum looks for James under the basket. Can't find him. Swinging the ball around now at the top. And a tough look for Mogi. Let's see if he can get those to convert later.
Yeah, this Fuchs Mizrahi defense is really corralling them. It makes them take really, it seems to be not questionable shots, very questionable shots, but it's just about setting the pace early, and that's what this Fuchs Mizrahi team wants to do.
Well, Austin, I think there's no doubt about it that Mesivta seems to be showing a little bit of rust in their offensive and defensive sets, and really, hopefully, they can get really smoothly into this ball game.
Yeah.
Waxman for three. Oh, in and out. Oh, and rebound to Mesivta. Volpin drives to the basket. Tough dish down low.
Willie James can hold up with that.
Wow, to the basket. Oh, misses a tough runner. Rebound back to Mesivta.
Yeah.
Mesivta seems really trying to be slowing down their sets and getting to a rhythm on offense.
Yeah, it's great that their sophomore point guard Noah, who is Mogi's little brother,
a good little Mogi,
really sets the pace for this offense, and he's really
smart.
smart.
With the rebound off of the tough three. Waxman with the ISO. Drops him. And a lovely pass to Blau.
Nice dish. That's it. He's forcing everyone in. He's forcing the play to the middle, and that's what he wants to do. They want to force the game to the inside so they can work their guy Blau down low, and that's what they're going to do. The defense is going to collapse on them.
Fuchs finally gets on the board at what seems to be a commanding 2-0 lead early. Waxman down the court. Oh, a no-look pass to Blau. Oh, Blau. And a foul is called.
Man, it's crazy to think that Blau is just a sophomore. He's got great feet, great handles. And look, he went up strong with that, and he got the foul. That's
really,
how we love to see.
Really a big boy. Noah Airbound, really, Akiba Airbound is strongly disagreeing with that call.
We got 2 from the line.
Blau's shoes have already become untied. Goodness. Guess he's working, really grinding out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a fast-paced game. That's what they want to slow it down, but so far it's been pretty fast-paced.
Oh, Blau. 0 for 1. Senior guard Noah Rosenblum checks into the game.
What I like to see from this team is is fluid ball movement from both sides of the floor. I think that's the most important part.
0 for 2 from Blau.
Most definitely. Tough trip to the line, but he'll be back there. I guarantee that.
No doubt about it. I mean, I think really what Mizrahi's got to go for here is just a repeated grinding. Like they're going to get their points by hook or by crook, no doubt about it.
And as we said before, Fuchs knows how to work the Sarachek tournament. They've been here before, and especially coach.
No doubt about it. Mesivta working the ball. Still a little bit of uncertainty to their offensive sets. Around with the ball at the top of the key, trying to make something happen. Drives to the spins. Dishes it.
There's Volpin.
Volpin for 3. Oh, misses. Oh, Rosenblum with the rebound. 1-on-1. We know Rosenblum has that athleticism.
The 2 steps.
And Rosenblum puts it in for the easy 2.
Nice transition. That's a nice transition offense, okay? Off the front rim and running. That's their game plan, it seems.
One of the many ways in which Mizrahi is going to be able to get their buckets this game. Volpin dumps it down low. Oh, ball into the backcourt. Oh, Fuchs recover. Oh, wow. Some great effort. Great effort from Benji Linkov. Love to see that out of your bench.
Coach Oz has got to be happy with that defensive pressure. The fact that he went after that ball, throwing his body out on the line for that.
Coach Oz, frankly, always looks to be pretty excited about what his team's up to. You can see him now in the huddle. Very emphatic.
This is our first time out of the game, brought to you by Clipped Keepa. One of the most fashionable ways to keep your keepa on your head.
I'm actually currently wearing a Clipped Keepa.
It looks fantastic on you, Josh. For many of you that don't know and are back at home, we've got, before this game, there was a huge victory by the Cats team out of Florida. It's a Tier 2 qualifier game just like this one, and they pulled up to victory. So it was a fantastic game to watch, and I hope that this game is equally as exciting. It was only a 3-point game at halftime, which is something that you don't always see in these first day games, because usually the talent is always so fluctuating, you know?
No doubt about it. Also, I mean, it's tough to get up early for this type of game, not just to be awake, but to be in your full basketball shape. Cats in particular, a warm weather team. I'm sure they're struggling with the elements. It's a frigid morning here at the Max Stern Athletic Center. And play resumes. Key variable, trying to make something happen at the top of the key. Spins. Drives, nothing there ultimately. Swings it. A tough look. Oh. Tough look, no doubt about it, from Mesivta.
Ooh. Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
A couple years ago, you wouldn't even have heard that such a thing here at Sarachek, a shot clock violation. It's a new add-on to the Yeshiva League, just due to the fact that a lot of teams would hold the ball when they have a lead.
I mean, I think it's an absolute must. When you're talking about playing basketball in the modern age, like a shot clock is one of those seminal inventions. Oh, Waxman for 3, Kansas.
Looking like his brother out there. From last year.
Indeed. For those of you who don't know, Albert Waxman is one of Mizrahi's great players the last several years, and hope to see his.
He's a staple for the Fuchs Mizrahi Mayhem. Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Pass down low.
Mo gives it down low. Oh, a steal from Mizrahi. Oh, foul. Foul going Mizrahi's way.
Benji Linkoff
Interesting call from the referee there.
Benji Linkoff is defensively all over the ball. He is looking for every opportunity to get his hands on it, and he's being a gem out there. The team is looking fantastic and really causing a lot of turnovers. 7-0, Fuchs Mesivta.
Austin, I think it's important to examine that as Mesivta starts slowing down and really getting into their sets, that we'll see Fuchs really turn up that defensive pressure. Waxman, again, a 3, misses off the front iron.
Yeah,
Mesivta
absolutely.
trying to get the ball out in transition right now.
I think the game is strictly pace. It's basketball. It's a game of runs, so keeping your pace and keeping your poise is very important. And it looks like that.
Another miss from Mesivta.
It looks like the Mustangs team is really settling for jump shots when they really should be rolling all the way in, and they're taking it to the basket.
I mean, stuff like that, it really requires a lot of spacing and cohesion on offense. We'll see how Mesivta can get into that now and in later quarters. Oh, the tough miss from Fuchs. Oh, Mogi, straight to the front of the rim. Oh, it converts the layup.
Sophomore phenom. He might be small, but he could take it to the basket. And that was a strong take, right-handed. Love it.
Definitely one of those instances where we should not judge this book by its cover. Waxman seems to be really slowing the pace down, seeing what kind of sets Mizrahi can get into, working the ball around. Oh, Rosenblum with the high post, a strong take to the basket. Cannot convert. Noah Mogi bringing the ball down the court, outlet. Very, very strong post up.
We got ourselves a foul. On David Damon. It's going to be on the floor, though.
If you're Mesivta, you'd really love to see getting some free points at the line, but ultimately a foul's a foul nonetheless. Maybe they can get in the bonus and convert some easy chances later on.
Throughout their team is very consistent with scoring, and look at that.
Oh, and a great finish from Willie Mogi.
Yeah, they call him Mogi out there because he just cleans up all. He's their guy. He's on the offensive side. He really just gets those rebounds for them in times they don't think they would get it.
Really, I think the Mogi brothers really doing excellent stuff out here. Oh, Blau gets found inside, cannot convert the layup. I think if Mizrahi really wants to win this game, those are chances that they're going to have to convert in order to put Mesivta away.
Yeah, the game is layups. There's a lot of open shots. You saw it in the game before.
Bullpen, another 3, cannot convert.
Yeah, there's a lot of open shots. They have to convert on them. And it's basically come down to layups. A lot of coaches are gonna stress that because, you know, it's easy. Great cross.
Waxman, a beautiful cross. Cannot convert the chance at the rim, but really an excellent move. And if he's going to get those good shots, eventually they're going to go. Waxman, another three. That was a tough look, no doubt about it. Oh. Waxman is active on both sides of the ball. Ooh, a great behind-the-back pass. Ellie James converts under the basket.
Sometimes fancy gets the job done.
A great assist from William Mogi.
William is averaging 10 points per game this season, and his younger brother, who's just a sophomore, is averaging 9 assists. So it's safe to say that those are their guys. When situations get sticky, they're their go-to guys.
Oh, some beautiful high-low passing from Vlad Rosenblum. Rosenblum fouled on the way up.
Yeah, very strong take by Noah Rosenblum.
While he's not traditionally a shooter, and he's not exactly the biggest guy, he more than makes up for it with his activity, strength, and athleticism down there.
Especially in Yeshiva League basketball, it doesn't really matter about the size, but a lot of it has to matter with the heart you have and the shoulders that are on top of it just so you can get the job done. And that's what Rosenblum does. He's only 5'10". There's a bunch of 6-footers out there, but look at that. Taking it strong, not looking down, and just taking it to the basket. Love to see that.
Splitting the free throws. Ultimately a less than ideal outcome for what Rosenblum was looking for, but you know, always nice to get free points. Oh. William Mogi with a tough turnover. Rosenblum would never take it to basket. Oh, blocked by Willie. No, Mogi down the basket. Great outlet to James. James puts it up. Oh, and a foul is called.
I like it. It's a change. The first couple minutes of this quarter happened to be three-point shots and a lot of shots that weren't even open looks. But now they're putting the ball down, taking it to the basket, and they're getting foul shots.
We seem to be getting some strong disagreements on that foul call from the Mizrahi bench. Maybe one of those things that can fire them up.
I hope so. I want this game to be interesting, and so far it has been. It's been up and down, and you can definitely tell that, you know, at the end of the game, one issue that we might have to look over is that the fact that this Mesivta team is such a small team, is that these guys can get tired easy, and Fuchs has to understand that they've got a deeper bench, and that they can use that to their advantage.
No doubt about it. I mean, right on cue as Bitas comes in for Volpin. I mean, it's one of those things you have to be aware of how long these kids are playing. You know, it's a long tournament ahead of them. Everybody has to make sure to monitor their minutes.
It'd be interesting to see how Coach Jeremy Treatman, the new coach, the interim coach, is gonna spread the minutes for this team.
No doubt about it. Oh, Waxman gets in the lane, an open three. Mizrahi is having a lot of difficulty converting these three-point chances. Earlbaum trying to make a very active play on the ball, ultimately cannot get the steal, but it's stuff like that, you know, that's how they're going to have to get back in this game. And welcome back to the second quarter of our coverage of the 15 seed Mesivta versus the 18 seed Fuchs Mizrahi Mayhem. It's been definitely a great first game for both these teams as they settle down and really get used to the tournament atmosphere. We see Mesivta here switching to his zone. Austin, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about why they're inclined to make that switch.
So it seems to be that the Mayhem have been throwing the ball inside. And what you see is that they're in the 2-3 defense because there hasn't been a lot of shots that have gone up. There have been a couple shots by Waxman, but they see that they're going to want to force the shots because the interior play happens to be a lot better. We know that Blau is their interior guy, and they're going to be going to him. He's going to be controlling that offense. So moving to a 2-3 is going to help on the weak side, and it's going to make it. Hopefully, it's going to have them shooting more, and that's, I think, the plan for Coach Jeremy Treatman.
Well put, Austin, as we saw Mizrahi end up with a very good look on their first possession with that zone. We'll see if bigs like Rosenblum and Blau can keep the pressure on Mesivta. Overall, though, I think it's a very strong move by Mesivta to leverage their size and length and maybe try to mitigate a little bit of their inexperience.
Yeah, most definitely.
Waxman directing traffic here at the top of the key.
You like to see that out of Waxman. Really just setting his pace for his team. He knows he's the leader for this team.
Waxman for three, another miss. Oh, Blau with the offensive rebound. Let's see how Mesivta can adjust to that after the zone. Waxman fully directing traffic. Not a whole lot of movement from the Mayhem. Rosenblum, another high post touch. Oh, cannot convert the layup. Really a tough miss, rolling all around the rim.
It's exactly what Mesivta's looking for, though. They're trying to work that ball into the middle, and they're trying to slash and have people cutting with them.
Noah Mogi flies down the lane, converts the tough layup.
Wow. Fantastic sophomore with fantastic skills for his age.
No doubt about it. Really showing a lot of fearlessness amongst the trees. Waxman again, really fully in command of the Mayhem offense. Bibbins, the drive, dishes down to Rosenblum. Rosenblum trapped.
And they call it travel.
And a travel on Rosenblum. I mean, you know, it's one of those things you see when you get trapped tough down low. It's going to be difficult to survive out of there. And we'd like to remind you that our broadcast is brought to you in part by LK Data Plumbers. We'd like to thank Lior Hode and LK Plumbers for their contributions to help Max Live run smoothly this year and in years past. Really a YU and a Sarachek family and company for the ages. And a travel from
Noah Mogiros.
So, Austin, you think we're going to be able to pronounce his name properly by the end of this broadcast?
We are truly trying. We know that the older brother goes by Mogi, and we'll call the little one Noah. But he is a sophomore phenom, and I would not want to play him in a one-on-one. But he has really stepped up more than I expected. As a sophomore in this type of gameplay, it's a division playing against seniors. It's really such a skill. It's such a difference between skills that it's actually crazy that he's able to stick with him. So.
And he and the rest of the Mesivta team are playing some stout defense here in the second quarter. Mayhem have not yet scored. As another turnover from Waxman sends the ball Mesivta's way.
Absolutely. The defense is going to hopefully start leading to offense, and that's what they're looking for.
Look for Volpin to get involved here. Oh, Arya Elbaum. Oh, a block. We'll go to the line for two.
Coaches love to see that. Coaches love to see you putting your body on the line. There's no way anyone would get angry about that. And also, on the other side, Coach Oz, you kind of got to be happy with his team throwing their body in front of it. Unfortunately, it came up the opposite way as a blocking foul, but you got to give the guy a hand for putting his body on the line.
One of those situations in which I think both coaches are pretty happy with the process, at least in that play, if not necessarily the outcome.
Absolutely. This is the first.
Large-scale subs demand back in for Mesivta. Let's see what the call here is. True. Appears to be a lane violation. Can't really tell. We're gonna get some clarity on that from the producers. Goodness, another lane violation. Not something you see every day. No doubt about it.
We like to call that free throw practice.
I mean, it looks like Elijah Sokolov's really got to get his feet lined up. Coach Oz quickly yanks him from his rebounding position. Good rebound from Rosenblum. Rosenblum outlet. Oh, and a tremendous block from Willie Mogi. No goes that lane. Airbound. A great find. Oh, and David Damon cannot convert.
On that transition play, there was some fantastic passing. I don't know if anyone else saw, but he went up strong with that. I'd like to see him come back down with the ball, though, because he has time, and he really shouldn't have put it up right off the bat.
See, Austin, I think it's where you and I disagree. I'm really looking for the more exciting play out of my Sarachek games. Oh, Sokolov misses the three. Blau tips it out of bounds and back to Mesivta.
I am definitely a man of exciting plays. I'd love to see people get dropped. I'd love to see nice crossovers. But I think at the expense of scoring, I don't know if it's worth it. And at that point, it seemed like it was.
For those interested in seeing those exciting plays, be sure to watch the rest of this game and also our continuing coverage of the 2018 Sarachek tournament. Note, next game includes, I believe, the Hebrew Academy against Ida Crown Aces, both stalwarts in the Sarachek community. We're going to see some real superstars, including Hebrew Academy's Ben Tal, one of the most ballyhooed prospects in the tournament.
And if you're looking for all-star plays like we were just talking about, that guy makes them. He has
No doubt about it.
He has his own Hoop Mook mixtape online if you guys are trying to check it out. But let's focus over here. Fuchs at the line.
Blau gets the line again. Let's see if he can be more successful this time around. Looks like it's been a tough day at the line for Blau, no doubt about it. And we've got a timeout from the Mayhem. Let's see what kind of information our sideline reporter can dig up.
According to our sideline reporter, this is just in, is that we talked about before, we don't want to be making fancy plays. That's what he doesn't. Fuchs does not want to be making fancy. Not Fuchs. The Mesivta Mustangs do not want to make fancy plays. They want to stick to the fundamentals and get that ball inside. That's their game plan. The game plan is keep moving the ball and make their offense help their defense. They're looking to play on that side for a long time and taking the best shot they could possibly take.
I mean, there's no doubt about it, when we're talking about the interplay that offense and defenses have. I mean, as you score, it gives you a chance to set up your defense, which for Mesivta, I think is particularly important as they're now playing a zone. Yeah. Tough to play a zone out of transition.
It's interesting. They might be wanting to play a zone to keep their team fresh. Man-to-man is obviously very daunting, and it's a daunting task to have them do the whole entire game, especially with their small team and their limited lineup. But at the end of the day, it's interesting to see what they're going to end up doing. They switched before from a 3-2 to a 2-3, so we're going to see how it pays off.
An excellent observation, Austin. Something I had not previously considered, actually. Blau, his second chance from the line.
There he goes.
And he converts with the split. Around the lead pass to Noah. Noah for three. Cannot convert. Oh, right past his brother almost. Waxman comes up with the rebound. As Willie Moe cannot convert. Waxman putting on a dribbling clinic. Oh, and another no-look pass to Blau. Blau converts the contested.
Fantastic take by the sophomore. Fantastic take. Rabbi Blau would be happy. Rabbi Blau would be quite happy with his grandson.
No doubt about it. Austin, I also think it's one of those things that you see Blau, a young man, definitely a little jittery. Oh, and the ball caroms off of several hands, impacting Mizrahi.
Yeah, hit off open at the end there. He didn't even expect it, but great hands by the Fuchs defense.
You have to be some sort of engineering major to figure out where that ball was going to go. Waxman takes a well-deserved break. I apologize, Austin. Continue.
In 3:52, in 3 minutes and 52 seconds, everyone stay tuned for the clip. The Step It Up halftime show. Step It Up is a summer camp for basketball and getting your basketball to the next level. And if you're looking to do that, Step It Up is the place for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Really, the serious high school ballers who want to work on their game and prove themselves as both players and people, Step It Up is really the favored choice, no doubt about it. A former YU coach, I believe.
Absolutely, yes.
An excellent institution. Many of the Yeshiva University players are actually Step It Up alumni. Oh, goodness. Nati Jacoby banks in a three from the wing. The bank is open today,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
It's a Thursday afternoon. The bank is open.
Aria Elbaum puts up a three, cannot convert.
Trying to respond quickly. I like it.
Not sure if that's the shot you should be looking for if you're in Mesivta, in the sense that, sometimes the easy twos better than the tougher three. Oh, Elbaum gets a chance to redeem himself. A tremendous block from what looks like Rosenblum off of the Elbaum layup. Radner making moves with the ball. Ends up right at the front of the rim and cannot convert the chance. And Rosenblum tries to dip it in.
I don't know if a lot of you've noticed, but on defense, they're moving a lot, and what's staying on their head is their keepers, and that has to do a lot with the Clip Keepers, sponsored by Clip Keepers. It's a fantastic. I play basketball in it. Almost every hero person at YU plays basketball in it, and it's
no doubt about it. The multi-generational choice for keeper aficionados and enthusiasts everywhere. Please note that they're also sponsoring the feedback box for Max Live. So if you're interested in giving us any feedback, anything we should know, we'd more than love to hear about it. Please email us at feedback@maxlive.com. Once again, feedback@maxlive.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts and insights. Let's see where we're at over here. Radner, a deep pass out to Linkov. Rosenblum at the bottom. Blau at the high post, isoing. Jacoby really an excellent feed to Blau for the layup. Noah really making all the moves. Somehow ends up straight at the basket and converts another layup. Mizrahi's really going to have to tighten up that defense if they want to win this game.
Again, the sophomore full of surprises. It looked like he lost handle on it, but was able to maintain his poise and take the 2 steps and finish with his left hand.
Deceptively crafty, no doubt about it. Somebody that we and the Mayhem will not underestimate again. Blau gets fouled going strong to the basket.
Like we said, he's their guy. He's going to the line, and we'd like to see him at the line. Hopefully he can be able to get more than one than this time, but it's exciting to see him actually pushing the hoop and causing fouls for this seem to be tired Mustangs team.
And while it's tough to talk about things like a moral victory, there's no doubt about it that even just ending up at the line causes immeasurably valuable things to happen for your team. You're getting the defense very tired, getting them in the bonus early to end up hopefully with some more free chances for yourself and the rest of the team.
Something that the Mustangs should be worried about is foul trouble. Due to the fact that they run usually 6 to 7 guys. They only have an 8-man team, but they run 6 to 7 guys through their rotation, so it's going to put a lot of pressure on this team down the stretch. So if Fuchs can keep putting pressure on them and going to the line, this game could be over early.
Let's see if Blau can convert at the line to help put them away earlier than anticipated. Noah really directing the offense at the top. And a block. Jacoby commits the blocking foul on Volpin. Let's see if Volpin can get more involved in this possession in this game at large.
I think that was Dove Ratner, actually, who committed the foul. But
an excellent call, Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, no, with the hesitation. Straight to the basket. Another layup. Noah's really full of all the moves, no doubt about it. The hesitation there really froze the defender.
It's scary to think of him as just a sophomore, and if they get invited back in the future years to see what this guy can do, especially this year.
I have no doubt about it. They'll be around many years to come.
Benny Linkoff with the miss.
Bitas loses his dribble, gives it back up to Noah. Noah to James down low. James loses the ball quickly. Waxman. Let's see if Mizrahi tries to push in transition.
Looks like they're going to hold for the last shot, which is a smart play.
I would agree with that. As time winds out, Mizrahi cannot convert. We're going to send very quick to commercial and then to the Mizrahi sideline.
Welcome to the Step It Up Basketball Halftime Show on Max Live. Are you ready to step it up? Find out at timetostepitup.com.
Hi, I'm Arya Rubin. I'm from Chicago and I'm majoring in finance. Over the past 2 years, I've had the opportunity.
Coach Az of the Fuchs Mizrahi. And Coach, start with an excellent half. Start off really strong, kind of fell apart in the middle. call a timeout. What did you say exactly to get the guys ready in the huddle?
Just basically what I told these guys initially in the locker room. Yeah, we started playing this game. We're having fun. It started there in the second quarter. It started to look like we stopped having fun and we got uninterested. We're not interested anymore. But we started to pick it up a little bit, put a little bit more points up there, but we're still really sluggish. And we have a history of starting off very slow. And I'm trying to get away from that. We're trying different things this year, but we're still very slow.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
Take care.
Good luck.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Bosch's fourth grade class? Yes.
Then it's a commercial, and then after that, the Step It Up halftime show.
Welcome to Step It Up.
Jeremy Treatman.
Treatment.
Yeah, Jeremy Treatman, you're good. That's him, that's him.
Back to the Step It Up halftime show of the 2018 Sarachek tournament at the Max Stern Athletic Center. And Austin, it's important to really acknowledge our sponsors for the excellent opportunities and businesses that they provide, and I think Step It Up is really one of those opportunities.
Basketball is such a great outlet, and Step It Up gives the opportunity to kids all over the tri-state area and even the world to come to New Jersey for 2 to 8 week sessions that players can attend. They can attend camp. It's a great educational source, and they have great players being their mentors every step of the way.
Yeah, I mean, we know how big a part of camps, Jewish daily life really is. And Step It Up offers 2 different sessions to make sure that people can go to other camps or other works of their choosing and really take another opportunity to go to another camp and really work on their skills, improve as ballers, improve as people. It's definitely something that a lot of our Sarachek athletes take care of. Austin, would you care to...
Yeah, it used to be a lot harder to get to based on where it was located. But now, since the camp moved to New Jersey, it's been filling up like crazy. Every kid from the Yeshiva League wants to be a part of it because they know that their skills are going to get so much better. They're going to be able to develop on things they didn't even know they had to develop on. And at the end of the day, they become better basketball players.
The typical Sarachek tournament actually has about 30 to 50 of its players going to Step It Up for that summer. So really a high caliber of basketball and an excellent program since their move to New Jersey.
And if you have any questions about Step It Up, email info@timetostepitup.com. That is info@timetostepitup.com, and we're going to send it to Yoni Sunshine with our sideline.
Coach, you had a really good half. You're only down by 2. How do you think you're going to come out in the second half to win the game?
Well, we got to play a lot better. I mean, I don't think we played a good half, but we're only down 2. I'm new to this team, so I've seen them in practice, and I know that they're capable of much more. They are so overexcited about playing here that they can't calm down right now. We can calm them down, slow down the game in their minds. I think they're going to make a lot more baskets. Offense has been our problem, not defense. We held them to 16 points in the first half. I'm very pleased with that.
Hey, thanks, Coach. Thank you so much. Good luck in the second half.
And we're back. Thank you, Yoni, for that sideline interview of Coach Jeremy Treatman.
Insightful as always, Coach Treatman.
It's true. He actually says they're defensively wise, 16 points at half. That's a fantastic showing by this rookie Mustangs team. And the only issue is on the offensive side. They haven't been getting the buckets they want. They've been taking, I guess, less. I don't even know. There are very questionable shots, and he wants them to be able to really use that defense to produce offense, and that's what he's going to do. They're going to set it slow. Be sure in this half that you're going to see that their offense can be a lot slower than they did in the first half.
Yes and no. I mean, Austin, I think when we look at the 16 points that Mizrahi scored, really an excellent defensive effort by Mesivta, but also we have to look at the missed free throws that they had. Mizrahi was leaving chances at the stripe, and if they can convert in the second half, that 16 points may look a little low than what we were expecting.
So you would say that for Fuchs, they have to make their foul shots. For Mesivta, they got to make their regular shots. That's what it looks like this game second half is going to have to be. If we want this game to be anywhere close, or be able to decide a real winner, those are the things they're going to have to work on when this half comes on.
Mesivta cannot get tired, has to keep grinding, has to keep getting good shots at the rim. And, in the first half, they definitely showed an ability to do so.
Yeah, most definitely. From some unlikely heroes, it seems. Like these young guys are really stepping up, filling in shoes that maybe wasn't expected, but they're ready for it. It's really exciting.
With the ball at top of the key, Arrowbaum comes up to take it. Let's see what the Mogi brothers can cook up this half. I think there's great things coming, no doubt about it.
And if you see, Fuchs is in a 2-3 zone to start the half. Really trying to force a shot.
Yeah, let's see what kind of jump shooting prowess Mesivta has. On Volpin, on cue, nails the 3.
That's exactly what the coach said. All right, they're going to start hitting shots, and that's what Fuchs has got to be ready for. They switch to the zone. It's be interesting how long they keep it if things start going south.
Particularly these two teams, neither one of them are traditional Yeshiva League teams, and we know that Yeshiva League teams tend to zone up a lot. The opponents that the Mayhem and Mesivta typically play don't zone as much, so let's see how adept they are at breaking each other's zone defense.
Absolutely. A team like Fuchs Mizrahi plays in a league that it's very much man-to-man. They're playing against a lot bigger schools, a lot more kids to work with, and those types of schools don't usually play zone because they out-athleticize the rest of the other teams.
Absolutely. We see as Blau misses a tough turnaround from probably a little bit farther than his usual range. And a quick foul committed by Ellie James of Mesivta, sending the ball right back to Mizrahi. Really look for Waxman to get to the basket, knock down some shots. He's been putting on a clinic in the first half, no doubt about it. Let's see if he can maintain his strong start in the second. Oh, Ratner pokes the ball away from Volpin and throws the ball at the back of the basket, out of bounds.
Something rare you see here in the middle of a basketball game, but love the intensity, love the way they start in this third quarter. So.
A lot of basketball left to be played, no doubt about it. Let's see if continues to be a thrilling game. Noah sends it right back. Oh, goodness. A great find of James down low. And James will go to the line for 2.
It'd be interesting to see if Mesivta can actually extend their lead. They haven't had a lead this whole game until this 1-point lead now here with 6:19 left. But it's exciting to see if they're able to pull ahead. And it looks like they missed the first free throw.
James cannot convert on the first.
I remember when I was playing basketball, free throws, man. It wins the game. People forget about it. It's easy points. They're giving it away. So it's really hard to make them, but you got to make them pay for it.
My coach actually wouldn't let us end practice until every player had made 4 straight free throws. Sometimes we were there hours. Waxman misses a 3.
Big
oh, Blau with a big rebound. Oh, and a big shout out to our Max Live staff, particularly Max Live head Jack Ganstrow just walked into Max Stern Athletic Center. Very important to give him a lot of love. He puts on a great presentation, and we're very thankful for him and everybody else's hard work to help you bring you this game. Oh, Willie Mogi with the mid-range jumper. Misses badly. Waxman skies for the rebound.
Yeah,
and tremendous outlet. Linkov saves the ball. Right back to Arrowbound. Arrowbound the 1-on-2, no numbers. Pulls it back out. Volpin.
Mowgli to Mowgli.
Oh, Mogi back to Mogi. Badly misses another shot. Let's see if Willie Mogi can turn around his tough stretch. Elbow misses a couple shots right at the basket. Definitely a lot of contact there.
It's cool how they keep picking up offensive rebounds. They're really putting up a lot of shots, and we're going to see soon if they start falling.
Continued effort. I mean, we've spoken about it a million times, but it's really ultimately an effort game as Linkov misses a 3 from the corner off of a great look. And Willie Mogi's not even looking at the basket right now. Looks discouraged from his tough misses earlier. Let's see if maybe his brother's excellence can transfer over. Mizrahi still in the zone.
I know that Coach Schwartz likes this team to move the ball and look for that open shot. Off the back iron.
Cannot convert. Volpin right back up. Front iron again. Waxman really trying to thread the needle over there, but ultimately he and Blau not quite on the same page. But I think the vision that Waxman, Mogi, a Euro step straight to the basket. Beautiful take.
Mogi had some ice on his ankle in the first half, but it seems to be he's trying to get some ice in his veins right now, trying to put it on a show. That was a nice move. Great Euro step, getting it hard, taking it hard to the basket.
As always, injury something to monitor. We wish for the well-being of all the athletes who compete at the 2018 Sarachek tournament.
But it looks like he's fine. There's no more ice. He's good to go. He's on the floor. Let's see if he can start hitting some shots.
I hope so. I mean, you always like to see the best players active, best players playing their best.
Yeah, he's a senior here. It's their first. No, he's a sophomore. He's a senior here. He's a senior here, and it's his first time here, so it's exciting to see.
Straight to Waxman and a jump ball. Wow. Volpin and Waxman get tangled up.
That was
excellent defense from Volpin on the drive by Waxman.
That's what you love to see. There's Coach Jeremy Treatment. I know he coached Kobe, but he's got to be excited about that one.
No doubt about it. Well, not every day you hear such a name drop like that. Oh, Coach Kobe Bryant.
For the listeners out there, yeah, Kobe is Kobe Bryant. I don't know what other Kobe we know in basketball, but that is Kobe Bryant.
He's a mononym. There's only one Kobe, much as there's only one Madonna, or, the like. An excellent, excellent pick and roll, run to perfection by the Mayhem, with Blau finishing it off the play.
We got ourselves a close one here with 3:31 left.
And I think the crowd is also aware of this pivotal moments that are coming right now with the Mayhem crowd really getting involved.
It's exciting to see how many fans they brought with them, especially the kids here at YU.
The Cleveland crew really sticks together here at YU and elsewhere. Dove Radner, an excellent take off of the cut. Orbaum swings the ball. Waxman narrowly misses a steer. Orbaum gets the ball back. Hesitates. Jab step. See where Orbaum can do. Just gets swallowed up at the basket and a jump ball.
Great defense again. I don't know if I've ever seen this amount of jump balls in a game, but great defense, keeping their hands on the ball, trying not to touch skin. It's really playing off. And now the ball's staying the same way, but the session hour is going the other way next time.
Some excellent defensive fundamentals being shown by both teams. Orbaum puts up a three and nails it. A big shot. He figures, not converting at the basket, might as well step it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Big shot, big time to shoot it, and now they're up 2. So let's see if they can take it into half.
Waxman tries to answer off the back rim. Coach Oz does not look thrilled about that particular shot from Waxman, but we know both he and Albert, they really like to let it fly.
Absolutely.
Waxman gets a keep a delivery from the bench.
On that note, if you want your keeper to stay on, wear clipped keepers.
Go clipped or go home. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Volpin matched up against the much smaller Radner. Let's see if he can take advantage. Orbaum doing some fancy things with the balls. Swings to Mogi. Mogi to Mogi. No for 3. Cannot convert.
I like the sound of that.
Orbaum and James really fighting down low to try to maintain a Mesivta possession. No, Rosenblum blocked by Volpin. Volpin and the rest of Mesivta was really looking to get out in transition right there, but tremendous job by the Mayhem getting back and stopping a transition opportunity. Ultimately, Willie Mogi converts a great layup right at the basket. Waxman Hopstead cannot convert the shot at the rim. Austin, I think it's really key to note how easily and well both these teams are getting to the rim, despite if it's a zone or a man defense.
It looks like Treatment's going to want to talk it over about get his team on the same page. They're not making as many shots as he hoped in the beginning of this quarter, but it's good to see that they picked up a 4-point lead going in with 1:24 left in the third.
No doubt about it, a strong quarter, but I love this timeout by Treatment. It's clear their focus, but to focus them even more and to really get them locked into the zone, I think is something that's very, very key.
Yeah, I think Treatment in general has to really, I guess, weigh his options in the fact that he's got to keep his team with a lot of energy, so these timeouts are for them to take a rest and also to set up a game plan. He knows that his shots are going to start falling. That's what he said at halftime, and he knows that his team is ready for this. They just had a little bit of jitters because it's their first time here. He expects a lot out of them, even though only being with them for 2 practices, but he's expecting a win, and that's what he wants to see from them. He wants to see hard-fought defense, he wants to see a hard-fought offense, and eventually the shots will fall and this game will be put in its place.
I mean, we've noticed, I think, a dramatic improvement in the play of Mesivta, particularly in their demeanor. They've been very calm, almost icy, cool, going to the basket, pulling up shots. A lot of basketball still to be played.
Yeah, there's a lot more ball movement on the Mesivta side than on the Fuchs side. Fuchs we'd like to see them go back to their half-court set where Waxman starts moving that ball around. I liked it in the first half where he was setting up the offense the way he wants it to be set up. So it'd be interesting if they can slow it down, move the ball around, look for the open shot, and take that shot.
And for those of you just joining us, it's a tremendous battle for the Tier 2 qualifier. Number 15 seed Mesivta Mustangs against the number 18 seed Mizrahi Mayhem. 1:22 left in the third. Mesivta up by 4. Sokolov cannot convert, but a tremendous putback by Rosenblum.
Love it, love it. Offensive glass, man. It's some people's bread and butter. If you don't box out, you're gonna get burned. That's how it's gonna be. And the Mustangs got to play better than that if they want this game to go their way.
This game, as most games, is actually a lot simpler than another jump ball. Goodness. Coach Oz is fired up.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's what Coach Oz wants. He wants to see his defense turn to offense. That's what he talked to us before the game. That's what he talked about halftime. He wants this team to really work from one side of the ball to incorporate the other side of the ball. So it's really exciting to see that actually paying off.
Waxman gets in the lane, misses the shot. Rosenblum picks up the offensive rebound, blocked by James. Another rebound to Rosenblum, puts up the ball strong and fouled on his way up.
Yeah, this Mesivta team is getting outboxed by a smaller offender. You don't usually say that, but he is out there getting those offensive rebounds. And you know, I guess they just got to keep their butts down and back them out. That's all it is. That's how defense works, and that's how they're going to get those rebounds.
I mean, a guy like Rosenblum, really built so thick, flies out the gym, no doubt about it. Absolutely. It's going to keep the pressure on defensive rebounders.
You can only wonder to think that if fatigue is going to be a factor in this game coming into the next quarter. We only got 40 seconds left of this, and it's a close match game. But to see if Mesivta can really work through their whole team and find their way to win this game would be an interesting way to end the fourth quarter.
Goodness, and another mental mistake from Mesivta as the inbounder was actually stepping over the line as he passed in the ball. Austin, I think this game, as most, are really simpler than they appear. It comes down to easy chances, not making mistakes, and definitely Mesivta making some mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that it comes down to the hunger.
Waxman gets very low on his crossover, pulls up for three. Cannot convert. A big rebound from James. Mizrahi confused on defense, no doubt about it. An opportunity Mesivta could have capitalized on. Volpin, the ISO against Ratner. What's the call here?
A rare 5 seconds call is what it seems to be.
Wow, you really don't see that every day. Again, careless mistake. Everybody's been taught since they were young. You cannot dribble the ball for 5 seconds.
With the defender in your area.
Correct. Designed to prevent a stalling tactic, almost ironic considering the new integration of the shot clock into Sarachek tournament.
Absolutely. It used to be you could see a game where there's 2 minutes left and someone holds for the last shot, and that's something that I guess more boring for the viewers, but it lowers the pace of basketball, but people want to see it. So they did implement a shot clock over the past couple of years so that we can actually have teams really work the ball around, have to get into their half-court sets quicker.
And Coach Treatment is fired up trying to get his defenders to press harder on the ball. And Waxman straight to the basket, cannot convert the lefty layup, pleading his case with the referees that he was fouled. And let's cut to commercial. Joining us, welcome back to the 15 seed Mesivta Mustangs against the 18 seed Mizrahi Mayhem. I'm joined here by Austin Rosen for continuing coverage of the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Josh. Something that I think going to this fourth quarter we should definitely take note of is that it's a 24-23 game. It's very close. It's basically now comes down to the grits and grind of how hungry this team is. And you know, talking about hunger, we are sponsored today by Sammy's Bagels. Sammy's Bagels is
one of the production assistants on that. And the fourth quarter comes to a start, but we seem to be having some clock issues. Oh, clock reset.
What would you like to see, Josh, out of this team and out of both teams in the fourth quarter, I would say?
I mean, it's difficult to say. I really want to see a lot of what we've been seeing. I think this has been a tremendous game. Hard fought on both sides, a lot of getting to the basket. You know, the defensive intensity has no doubt been there. I'd like to see how Mesivta can continue to get to the basket and how fatigue will play an impact on that.
Absolutely.
As they miss another shot at the win.
Yeah.
Waxman advances to Blau. Blau with the tough take at the basket. Gets his own rebound. Puts it in.
Guy's a stat machine. That's a rebound and a putback. That's awesome.
No doubt about it. The stat stuff for Blau.
Again, he's averaging over 8 rebounds a game in the regular season, and that just shows how good he is, not just on the defensive side, but on the offensive side as well.
I can only imagine he's significantly above that number today.
Yeah.
Really a battler. Open ball in the corner. Tosses the ball right out of bounds. Was it deflected? Looks like a Mayhem player got his hands on it, and back to Mesivta. Inbounding right in front of their own bench. God, I'd love to see the coaches all fired up here. Coach Treeman fully engaged. And Coach Oz obviously talking up a storm.
Him and his players are all on the same page with Coach Oz. He knows how they play. He knows what he's looking for. He knows that if there's an issue, he knows them well enough to be able to recognize that issue without them even saying it. He's been here, 3 years in a row now, and he also knows how the aroma here is and how he can settle his players.
Current and past players speak very highly of his ability to connect with the players and really get them fired up for the right sort of game, and there's no doubt about it. This is that right sort of game. Waxman trying to get the Mizrahi crowd into it. And Austin, we know how big of a deal a home court advantage like that makes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, both teams are coming from near and far, but it's coming from far away. Ooh, and there we got it.
And I think it's due for us to speak about those who bring them from near and far. So we'd like to give the Yeshiva University Admissions Department and Office of Student Life really a lot of love, a huge shout out to them for putting on this tournament. Months and months and months of planning and effort, more effort than I promise you any of us can possibly imagine goes into this tournament, and yet it happens every year without a hitch, and we're hoping for another one this time. Waxman on the up fake, called for the travel. Defender really went flying there. Tremendous opportunity.
It seemed that he's got to put the ball down first. A lot of guys hesitate and they put their foot down first, so that's going to be called a travel very easily. And these refs are, as we see in the past game before this and this game, they're ready to blow that whistle.
Noah bringing up the ball against some strict pressure from Waxman. Waxman clean strip. Foul is called.
Strong take. He drew the foul. Unfortunately, wasn't able to strong enough to commit to get the basket to go down, but strong take. Waxman's really trying to put his team on his back with 6:40 left in the fourth quarter.
A smooth offensive player showing how intense and low he can get on defense, stripping the ball from the novice, the neophyte, Noah Mogi.
You might have heard a Waxman name in the previous years on Sarachek. His older brother had a game winner versus Maimonides last year in a qualifying game.
Waxman with the offensive rebound puts it back up and in, and the foul. Really,
it's fun to see that Cleveland corner getting hyped.
No doubt about it.
He's got a lot of shoes to fill wearing number 23 from Cleveland. You should know that.
Wow, it didn't even occur to me. Goodness gracious. Although Waxman seems to be living up to the moniker thus far. Oh, and the Mizrahi crowd fully engaged. And Waxman, another steal in the backcourt. Up fakes his way to another shot and puts it in. Waxman putting the team on his back, no doubt about it.
Fantastic fake. He looks like Rajon Rondo out there.
No doubt about it. Coach Treatment, let's see if he tries to play for a timeout. Oh, Willie Mogi with the dirty crossovers. Finds Volpin in the corner. Volpin. Aryeh Earlbaum. A tough look from three. Definitely a shot I think he would want a mulligan on. Oh, Rosenblum cannot corral the tough pass. Waxman trapped in the corner.
Timeout by Coach Oz.
Timeout by Coach Oz. A shame. Waxman passed the ball straight to a cutting Blau immediately after the timeout.
Look at Coach Oz going out there to meet Waxman, giving him a chest bump. All right, he knows his team. Look at that. He's a real figure to them. Someone who they can look up to, and someone who's there with the hype with them. It's really awesome to see that. It's really awesome. That's like the discrepancy we talked about between the coaching for this Sarachek game. We know that Jeremy Treatment is new to this Mustang squad, so it's going to be interesting to see how he can hype this team up when they're just down 7 with 5:55 left in the fourth quarter.
And I mean, really, you got to respect anybody who's willing to go chest to chest with Coach Oz. I think that's an encounter I might not survive, especially Waxman. Not exactly the the tallest or the heaviest. While we have a moment here in between plays, I'd like to give some huge shout-outs to those who have really made this all possible, including Justin Safier, David Kirsch, Yoni Sonnenschein, and the rest as we resume play. Blau fouled by Volpin on his way up to the basket.
Mesivta is playing to their strengths. It's a fantastic way. They go down to Blau. They know that down the stretch, Waxman has been taking the big shots, but they know that in general they want to go to Blau and work that big guy down low to get him to the line. But yeah, again, quick shout-outs to all the team members in Max Live, specifically the cameramen and scoreboard, all right? For you at home, they're the people who are taking care of everything that you can see. Your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your friends, even if you're just a fan, all right? It's great to see. Great. Thank you so much for all your help and all the work they put in.
And lest we forget our fearless leader, Shimmy Warsaw. Really an excellent big tzaddik. Simi does excellent work for Max Live and YU in general.
Without his leadership, the truth is I don't even know where we would be.
Goodness, pardon me, Austin. Emergency. I just got alerted in my headset that I somehow forgot about Moshe Kaplan. Goodness gracious, a big problem on my part. Everybody here deserves a tremendous amount of credit for what we have accomplished.
Absolutely.
Waxman cans another free throw. Another free throw for Waxman, trying to add on to this Mizrahi lead that they've taken.
Hey, Josh, we talked about at the beginning of the first half and going into the third quarter. What do you think fatigue has played as a factor for this Mustang squad?
I mean, it's difficult to say for sure, but there's no doubt about it that Noah does not have the same bounce in his step that he had in the first half. Pardon me. I think it's an instance where you really need to rely on your seniors. You need to rely on the older Mogi brother and Volpin to really get involved, demand the ball, and go strong to the basket.
This game's not out of reach yet, but we're excited to see what happens in the next 5:25.
Definitely not. Let's see if the Mustangs can keep a hold on a Waxman. Blau traveling on the roll. An excellent call from the referee.
Yeah. Coach Oz is not angry about that play. His guys wasted some time, then able to throw it into the middle and hopefully make a play out of it. Unfortunately, there was a travel on it for Blau.
No doubt about it. This and other times, you must be very process-oriented as opposed to results-oriented. And really everything about that play and most of what the man have been doing today has been really spot on.
Absolutely, Josh. Great point.
Mogi inbounding the ball, looking for his brother. Noah does not make the same mistake. Send it into the backcourt. Oh, Volpin ends up with the ball in the corner, swings it to the and a tough travel from Erbaum. Erbaum's, I think, is really, kind of a microcosm for Mesivta's struggles in the second half. An excellent player and really an excellent team, but has not been able to convert their easy chances and definitely some regrettable plays that I'm sure they'd like back. Mesivta goes with the trap. Rosenblum calmly hit the ball at the top of the key with Waxman.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like the Mustangs are trying to put a little pressure with a full court press, and then turning into a half court trap. That's what it looks like.
Waxman to Blau. Blau gets Blau, misses Blau again. Blau puts it up and the foul. A constant presence on both the offensive and the defensive glass. Didi Blau.
What do people have to remind them? Mesivta is not out of this game. Okay, the coach is going to remind them. Coach Jeremy Treatment is not. It's not his first rodeo. He's going to tell them in this timeout for sure that there's time left. Okay, stay calm. 4:28 left. You're only down by 9. There's a ton of basketball left, and we can make some shots. It's going to be a fantastic rest of this game, and he knows how to set this pace. And he's been around the league for so long, and he works with sportscasters. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic role model for them to have there in this type of situation.
No doubt about it. I mean, hopefully the veteran coach can get his team back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that in general, he's going to be trying to get them a little breather. We talked about fatigue, and I think fatigue is going to play a huge factor in all their games. But as it goes on, they're going to find their pace. They're going to find a pace that they like, and they're going to be able to set their offense early so that they can be able to take over in the final ends of games. That's what they're going to have to do.
This is that crunch time that they speak about in the hallowed Sarachek stories of years past.
Yeah.
Blau goes to the line for 2. And again, no change of personnel from the Mustangs, although Damon looks ready to check in. Blau rolls it in.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but Nathan Fuchs pointing to his veins. He's got ice. They got ice. That's what he says.
No doubt about it. Splits his pair of free throws. Orbaum up to James. James cannot convert at the basket. Definitely a lot of contact over there. Not sure how much of it was incidental, malicious. Waxman concentrating on his handle against Airbound. Airbound keeping his hands up. We've got an offensive 3-second call against Blau. Quick turnover from the Mayhem. Airbound against the tough defense from Waxman.
Tough shot.
Mogi, a really tough shot in the lane. Back to Volpin. Volpin finds Mogi down low. Mogi up and fouled.
That's what they want to do. They want to stop this clock. They want to get easy points, and that's how it's going to happen. That's how they set their pace. If they can make a couple foul shots, that's an 8-point game, and that's a fantastic way to start getting back into this game.
No doubt about it. Volpin was fortunate enough to end up with that ball, but a great find of Mogi down low in the dunker spot where he can just duck in and hit the layup. Misses first free throw. That's a regrettable miss, no doubt about it, at a time when you need every basket.
Most definitely, but I think there's still enough time left. I know that because they implemented the shot clock here in Sarachek, I think that there's a lot of time left for them to actually make a run. And I would hate to say that the Mesivta is thinking that they lost this game. They're going to try to play hard, and they're going to play it to the last minute. So we'll see how it turns out.
I'd hate to see Mesivta looking defeated, but that was a very tough 0-for-2 trip from the line for Mogi. Waxman, another 3, cannot convert. Maybe getting a little too excited on that.
Trying to put them away
Volpin
early.
battling down low.
Jump ball staying. Fuchs Mizrahi ball. Session hours going their way.
Nati Jacoby flying on the ground. Waxy trying to run off the screens. Ultimately, find Rosenblum down low. Another foul committed by the Mustangs.
It's a good call by the referees. I saw that from here. He stopped. He put the ball down. Gaines' composure went up and took the hands and wasn't able to finish, but it was a fantastic take to the basket.
A full hit. And really, really cannot say enough about Rosenblum and Blau putting pressure on the defensive glass. Equally, we cannot say enough about Rosenblum and Blau and Blau's struggles at the line.
It seems to be a kind of a stipend here at Sarachek, where foul shooting percentage goes down. I don't know why. It might just be the aroma of the fans. There's it might be the fact that just a long way from home. There's a lot of factors that we can't determine on why these kids are not making their foul shots. But look at that, they got the ball back. So
and Mizrahi again takes advantage of the weak defensive rebounding from the Mustangs. Damon sends the double. Damon trying to recover. A steal by Volpin. Really a tremendous trap that turned out well. I did not think that was going to go in the Mustangs' favor. Great find of James down low. Dodges the block. Cannot convert the layup. And we have a foul against the Mustangs, against James. And he will send Nati Jacoby to the free throw line.
As foul shots close out the game, it seems that it gives them an opportunity. Mesivta can't take this as a bad game. They have to think okay, if these shots are missed, we get this ball, we take it down the court and make it, and then we get a stop. The game is not over. They have to have the mindset that this game is far from over. That's all.
For sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The last minute of game time has taken several minutes of real time, but ultimately it's the game clock that really what matters. There's still a full 3 minutes left and only 10 points down. Noah head of steam to the basket. Floater.
Great take.
Multiple bounces, cannot convert. Really a shot that Mesivta would have loved to have.
It looks like Treatment's looking for a press.
It's probably come about that time where Mesivta needs to start forcing turnovers. Let's see how Mizrahi fares against the upcoming press.
With 2:33 left, we got a 10-point game. If you're just tuning in at home, it's the number 15 Mesivta Mustangs against the number 18 Fuchs. And I know that the rankings seem to be askew to the score, but Fuchs has a 10-point lead, and we'll see if they can close it out.
Willie Mogi, a tough step-back jumper from the right baseline. And Mizrahi getting out in transition, converts the layup. Mesivta right now seems to be getting a little desperate, honestly. James over there on the sideline, absolutely dejected. Players on the courts don't seem to have so much life to them either, honestly. Mesivta can fully get back in this game if their best players can make plays.
I think Mesivta throughout the tournament, you're going to see them elevate their game a lot more. It seems that there was a lot of jitters, like we said at the beginning of the game, that may have caused them to get into this position towards the end of the fourth quarter.
A tremendous spin move by Willie Mogi off the inbound. And Mesivta begins the press. Let's see if the composed Fuchs team can handle that. Jack Goldstein getting his first minutes of action, going to the free throw line off of the hard foul.
Looks like a little bit of confusion about who it is.
Jack Goldstein really taking his time getting set. Cannot convert the free throw. Some substitutions from Coach Oz, and really the Mizrahi crowd getting fully into it, applauding their boys.
Yeah. I think a storyline for this game has to be the small lineup. I think that helped. I think a lot. We can not that we have a blame on fatigue, but Mesivta seems to have a little less hop in their step as they did in the first half, which might have caused to this 13-point lead going with 1:43 left in the fourth quarter.
Waxman just rips Mogi. Tremendous packs up court from Waxman to Bibbins. Bibbins cannot convert. And a foul on Waxman. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to encourage you to stick around for the next game of the RASG Warriors Hebrew Academy against the Ida Crown Aces. Really a matchup of Sarachek stalwarts and perennial all-star teams. Particular note, RASG superstar Ben Tal is actually getting his first action of the season with his team. One of Sarachek's absolutely massive stars of last year, and a real coming out party for him last year. Let's see if he can maintain that momentum this year, as Volpen misses a tough free throw. Apologies earlier, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to have a slight mix-up on names. We're getting I believe we're getting Jack Goldstein and mislabeled in our media guides. Anyways, any name mistakes that we may have made throughout this broadcast, we'd love to hear more about it on our feedback email address, feedback@maxlive.com. Help us make our broadcast and your experience better.
And a nice steal by Noah to get little Noah Mogi to get the ball.
Volpen and Airbound hard on the ground against Waxman. Waxman looks injured. Waxman really, really slow to get up. Looks like he got tangled up with Volpen and Earlbaum on the last possession.
Let's hope he's okay. It looks like an upper thigh. looks like an upper thigh injury, but
yeah, hopefully nothing too serious, and maybe some sort of bruise that he can walk off. Let's look to our sideline reporters in the coming minutes for more information.
Absolutely.
Some excellent sportsmanship out of the Mesivta Mustangs as one of their stars, Willie Mogi, comes over to see how his counterpart star, Waxman, is doing.
It shows you a little bit how this weekend, and this tournament, is a little bit above basketball. I mean, basketball obviously is the objective here, to get the win, to get the camaraderie, the teamwork, everything there. But it's also about making friends. It's also about bringing the Jewish people together, and it's a really cool experience to be a part of. And I'm glad to be able to announce one of these games.
Austin, I couldn't agree more. It's one of those things that I think until you're here, you don't really see the camaraderie, the brotherhood, the fellowship, and that goes with being, fellow Jewish schools across the country, and an opportunity to come here and to play basketball against one another in a wholesome environment is really something that perhaps we take for granted. Austin, I know you were a Sarachek alum in your day. Volpin commits the foul.
I went to JC. We had a Tier 2 championship opportunity that we lost in, but it was one of the experiences that I will never forget. It's one of this weekend for a high school student. You get to meet people from all over the world, and there's the one thing you could always talk about is basketball. It makes it easy. You make friends, people you know from camp, people you know from school. Everyone's watching from all over because this is the pinnacle of Yeshiva League sports. Right? Everyone's watching you. Game's on the line. It's time to put your name out there. This is the way to do it.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Austin, I really was looking forward to making some great, insightful point off of what you had to say, but you really took the words out of my mouth. Really some excellent stuff.
I appreciate it.
Couldn't agree more. Very excited to be at this tournament. Very excited to be announcing. Thankful to Yeshiva University and the whole Max Live crew for the opportunities that they've given us. Volpin cans at 3 with 49 seconds left. 8-point game. Waxman trapped at the baseline. Gets rid of the ball. Oh! What's the call here?
It was off.
Out of bounds.
Hit off the Mustang's fingertips, and it's going the same way.
An intense press thrown on by the Mustangs. Mizrahi gets the ball up to Bibbins. A trap sideline. And I believe a foul is called on Eitan Bitas, I believe. A tough reach in.
And this seems like Bibbins' first time to the line.
Indeed.
And if you're watching from home, you can see that this side of the court is really filling up. A lot of people are anticipating the big games later in the day. A lot of Tier 2 qualifiers and eventually some Tier 1 qualifiers, which is going to be an exciting game. And stick in the rest of the day to get a sneak peek at every single game.
No doubt about it. I mean, during this weekend of basketball, it's really a weekend full of basketball.
Exactly.
You can basically turn on Max Live at any possible time, and you'll see at least one game going. Tremendous opportunity to watch great high school basketball and some of the future leaders, both on and off the court, of the Jewish community.
It's a really exciting situation they have here, and I can't wait to see how much basketball and champions that get crowned after this weekend. They got to take a quick shot here.
Got to take a quick shot.
To the basket.
Strong to the basket. A great take. Ultimately, still a 7-point game.
It's interesting to see that this burst from Mesivta. If they only could have done it a little bit earlier, but it's exciting to see that they still have some fight in them.
It looks like, unfortunately, Austin, too little, too late, although crazier things have happened.
Absolutely. Here at Sarachek, there's some crazy plays you can look up online on maxlive.com. We have a YouTube channel for you guys to check out if you missed any of the games. But there have been some all-star plays that have gone over social media. I'm pretty sure just last year, 2 years ago, there was a buzzer beater, like alley-oop layup from RASG, which was all over the Twitter sphere, and it was even on Bleacher Report. So it was pretty exciting to see that.
A tremendous amount of love to Avi Khan, the actual maker of that alley-oop buzzer beater, a former camper of mine, NCSY Camp Sports. A lot of love to them. A lot of love to Avi as well. Mizrahi gets the ball in. Let's see how much time they can waste on the clock.
Looks like they got a foul quickly, yeah.
Quick foul from Mesivta. Absolutely necessary.
The game plan in those type of situations, you look for the steal off the inbounds, and if not, it's straight to the foul. All right, they're going to test them at the line, and lately they've been doing pretty well at the line, but throughout the game they're not shooting too particularly well. So I think Mesivta is looking for hopefully to get a ball quickly and then take a quick shot at the other end, and hopefully things can happen.
And, I mean, a disciplined experienced team like this Mizrahi team, you have to imagine that they're not going to be making the turnovers in the backcourt that's so doomed Mesivta. But tough to say if they can convert the line. Oh, apologies on that buzzer beater earlier that I referenced. It's actually Shmuel Khan, not Avi Khan. Brothers, apologies. Mixed them up.
Great family, though.
No doubt about it.
Great basketball family.
Avi Khan actually currently serving as a Chayal in the Israeli Defense Forces. We wish him and his family the best and the safest. Around tries to get down low. Mogi for three. Cannot convert. Mesivta still battling down low. Robaum puts up the shot and is fouled on his way up. I believe that will be 2. Although, unfortunately, with only 4 seconds left, seems like a little bit of a futile effort on Mesivta's part. Coach Treatment is absolutely not pleased on the sideline. Coach Oz, meanwhile, looks like some sort of version of Kylo Quinn of the Knicks that came down with his excellent beard and his gleaming smile. Please join us immediately after the game for a post-game interview with some of the stars of the winning Mizrahi Mayhem.
Fantastic game to be a part of. Fantastic atmosphere here at Sarachek. Tune in for the next game after this for RASG Warriors versus the Ida Crown Aces.
At Yeshiva University, I've been lucky
Rabbi Cement
to be on both the volleyball and the basketball teams. Being on the team has a huge effect on my academic life. The same way that I know I can push myself in athletics, I know I can push myself in academics. Going to shiurim at night instead of during the day, or going to them during the day when I've practiced at night, the Judaics is not compromised and the Jewish life is not compromised. We go to other schools and we're wearing our Yeshiva University Maccabees sweatshirt and we're playing for Yeshiva University. It feels amazing to know that we're representing this school. I can thrive academically, I can thrive in my Judaic life, and I can also be on the teams, and I can also be involved in the athletic life. You can do it all here at Yeshiva University.
So we're here with the post-game interview with the stars of the Mizrahi Mayhem team. And congratulations on the number 18 seed for qualifying for Tier 2. Huge win for the team, huge win for Cleveland. I'd love to hear more about what it means to you guys as a senior to be advancing and be moving along. And tell me how you're feeling.
I mean, I feel great. It's great. Oh, what's up, everyone at home? It's great to be here. We just got the dub for you, and I have no idea what to say.
Fantastic answer. Mr. Blau, I know you're a sophomore on this squad. I know that your grandfather works here at YU. What does that mean to you to be able to play against one of the play in front of one of the Rosh Yeshivas here at YU?
It feels great to be here again. We worked hard. We know we were the underdogs here, and we were going to come back, fight hard. And it just feels great also to be back.
And last but not least, Mr. Rosenblum, you were a offensive machine, not specifically with